Major political figures gathered in Krakow, Poland this past week. They included former Israeli President Reuven Rivlin, who sat next to former French Prime Minister Manuel Valls and former Greek Premier Andreas Papandreou. The European Jewish Association, in partnership with Yad Vashem, organized the gathering to commemorate the horrors of the Holocaust and make sense of the massacre that took place in southern Israel on October 7th.
In many senses, it's reminiscent of the cruelty and the genocidal intentions of the Shoah, but it's not a continuation of the Shoah. Today, the Jews are not at the mercy of others. We don't have to beg others to bomb the railways that conduct to Auschwitz. We fight our enemies ourselves. The Jewish people is strong today. And, I think that anti-Semitism will not ruin this time the Jewish people. It will ruin the societies that harbor anti-Semitism.
The conference also an opportunity to take stock of growing anti-Semitism in Europe and to highlight the responsibilities of political decision makers.
We
can't accept anymore that Europe would finance either terrorist-linked associations or countries. We need to be extremely careful where the money actually goes, and today we're not very careful. The promotion of this education of hatred in Palestinian societies by Hamas and by other various schools of hatred, which are inadvertently all funded by foreign funds, needs to stop. We can't have children whose only ambition is to destroy Israel and kill Jews.
The role of social networks in spreading anti-Semitic rhetoric has been widely discussed, also with distinguished guest Elon Musk. The CEO of the social network X spoke on stage a few hours after visiting the Auschwitz-Birkenau concentration and extermination camp.
I would say that the fact that he brought his little child with him, this was a most remarkable sign, because when I firstly asked him to come to Auschwitz, I told him that I want him to be an example to others. So since one of the biggest issues in the world is the issue of education, I think that for him bringing his son sent a very strong message about the importance of educating the new generation.
The CEO of X said he was very moved by this visit and admitted that he only became aware of the extent of anti-Semitism with the barbarity of October 7th. But Musk also said he was deeply attached to freedom of expression, a freedom that must be limited, according to Gideon Lev, a Holocaust survivor and social media star.
When freedom of speech allows to spread lies and denials of facts that everybody knows and sees, then it becomes the very opposite, dangerous to democracy and self-destructive.
The next day, it was the delegation's turn to go to Auschwitz-Birkenau for a ceremony in tribute to those who died in the Holocaust and on October 7th. There, they were met by the parents of Anel Shapira, killed at the Nova Festival.
I believe that all these leaders, that their country and then their nations will be on the right side of humanity. They should stand. It's not only because of us, it's because of them. When evil starts, it might start with the Jews, but it never ends with Jews. And so I hope for them that they will overcome what happens in Europe, and they will try to prevent it from getting worse.
The political figures present that day now formed the circle of leaders of the European Jewish Association, and all promised to act in the face of anti-Semitism once they return to their own countries.